Hello and welcome back to StriveMed with myself, Dr. Inam.
And Dr. Zach.
And today we've got a slightly different type of video for you today. It's a reaction video and it also involves a challenge. It's actually a bit crazy. Wait till you find out what I've got in store for you, Zach. Basically, it's something that takes us right back to our days in university. It's something that we used to watch every single day pretty much, and it completely changed the game. So this essentially is a challenge for everyone. See if you'll be able to do this challenge for at least 7 days. If you do it for the entire month, it may well change your life in all areas. Productivity, focus, drive, enthusiasm, and your actual output on this life. So let's watch it now and see how it goes.
Okay, looking forward to it, bro.
Subhanallah, Allahu Akbar. This is, I'm standing in the cemetery, Gardens of Peace right now. There's the view of the city. That's the fake life.
إلى القبور يحملون في عجل ريب المن
This is the real, this is the reality.
نزل مضوا إلى حيث الحساب يحرزوا هناك حيث وعد ربي ينجز إما إلى جنات عدن وارفا أو قعر نار باللهيب عاصفا فكل ما في الكون ذا سينتهي فلا تكن عن كل هذا ملتهي أكفاننا في الغيب صارت تنسج وعن قريب في اللحود ندرج.
That's the video, bro.
Oh, do you want to explain to the viewers, like, what's just give them a bit of context. You mentioned at the beginning, like, there's something that we've always watched.
So this is a video, I think Zach sent it to me in uni time. And essentially in uni, we had to do different projects and it was quite intense at times. We had to do like so much work in a short space of time, and something that really we had to watch this regularly to really focus on our goals and make sure that we're, spending our time in the right way. And it's something that's very, very important. We actually ended up watching this pretty much every day. Do you remember doing that?
Not every day, but I do remember watching it frequently. And I agree, it's something that you need to, like, especially if you want to remain focused. At the end of the day, we're products of our environment. So like, obviously saying that, people might take that literally. And I mean, commonly the way people use it, the context they use it in is when they're talking about friendships and, but that can also apply in this day and age to social media as well. So what you scroll or who you follow or what comes up on your feed is what you consume is what you will become or what you will sort of portray. So I think it's just important, isn't it? Just reminding yourself of the main goal and the main purpose, and especially when you're in a field like medicine, it can be very what's it called? What's the word? It can be very like consuming, mentally, physically, can be draining. So sometimes and you're in, like, it's like as if you're in your own bubble. So like it's just it's very, very important essentially to, like, just remain focused and know why you're doing what you're doing. Review your intentions, basically.
Yeah, I think one of the main reasons why I think it's so important to present this to students, to anyone who's trying to excel out there in the world, is that the fact that we have era of productivity, right? We have productivity gurus out there, YouTubers with different techniques. Okay, let's use the Pomodoro. Let's use this. Okay, all of these various tactics, right?
Yeah.
But what they don't actually address is the internal side of things. And the reality is that the heart is the king of the limbs, right? So if you've truly internalized your purpose and where it is that you're actually heading, your reasons why you're doing these things, then your output from your limbs, from your mind, will be much, much stronger. So it's really important. And to be honest, we're advised to reflect upon death regularly. And it may be actually difficult to gain access to that, right? But like watching something like this, if you can watch it, like, let's say, like 7 days in a row, or like, it might be quite intense. A lot of people won't actually be able to do that, even watching it for a month. But you'll start to see how your priorities in life change, how your mindset change, how you realize, wait a minute, I don't actually have that much time I can waste. I can't actually be going here and there.
Yeah.
Does this actually align with my goals or does it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you told any individual, or even yourself, if you were told you're dying tomorrow, 90% of what you would do on a day-to-day basis, 90% of what you would do on a day-to-day basis would be eliminated. You had so much free time. A lot of people do things that as you said, may not be in line with their goals, but also people do, like, some people do things they don't even know why they're doing it, you know? It's just a habit they've trained within themselves over time.
What did you think of that comparison when they were panned out on the city and then they, zoomed in closer on the actual graves and they said that, like,
powerful, bro. It's a very, very short video. I think that video was like 2-3 minutes. I can't remember how I came across it. There were the people that actually made the video. There is a group, Al-I'tisam Bis-Sunnah, a very good group of brothers. They do a lot of good work in East London and stuff. I don't know if they still do classes and stuff, but there is a very effective video, powerful video, man.
And I think one of the other reflections I had is the fact that how many views does this video actually have? You know, I remember I watched it so regularly and it really, really like cemented my mindset in the start of the day. But like one act of khair which you do, one act of goodness which you do, how far can it actually go to change someone? You know, the producer of this video, based on the view count, maybe they didn't think that it's going to go far or wide, it's going to do crazy things. But obviously now it's come onto our pod as well. Had a huge impact on my life. And, I think everyone should not belittle any action, whether it's small, big, and like we really need to make sure that we're doing the maximum we can to spread.
Yeah, even like the at the end when they put the narration on there, the narration from Abu Huraira, narrated by Abu Huraira, narrated from the Prophet ﷺ, when he said, remembering, like, you know, death, the destroyer of all pleasures. Like, that's powerful, bro. Like, they just, if you see that, watching that, for example, I remember this is a advice that one of our teachers gave us, yeah, where, like, you know, you have a bank of, you know how some people have like a playlist before they go to the gym of like motivational videos on YouTube. I don't know, it has The Rock or whatever, or Rocky or all these other random guys, and like they have or whatever. So people have a bank of motivational videos that, you know, gets them going. Sometimes obviously you need that extra boost. Likewise, he said, Sheikh said, make a bank of like heart softeners, make a bank of like, I don't know, Quran motivation, make a bank of things like this that constantly, you know, remind you, or, you know, sometimes you need a push in it. Sometimes you need like a little boost. Like sometimes people get that Imani boost from like lectures and stuff like that, but sometimes it's very important, like things like this, especially for like visual people that are impacted visually. Some people are impacted, they're auditory learners, right? So they're impacted like by hearing things. I'm impacted by seeing things. So like just seeing that, powerful. That's it. And it just gets you going, and you know what you're gonna be doing basically, like in terms of like, it really refocuses your goal, sharpens it, and that's it.
Exactly. I remember, when you actually attend a funeral, then that sticks with you, but it lasts for you for a few days and then you kind of move on with life. But the reality is we need to be seeing these things regularly, and creating that bank, which is what you said, is so important. You need to have that bank. You know, you're going to be feeling different types of ways based on the people you spend time with, the environments in which you are, you know, if you're in different types of places. But you need to understand how it is that you feel internally. Yeah. Maybe you need some more serious reminders, you know, things like Jahannam or like these kind of things to kind of, put you back into your position, make you think, okay, what is this I'm doing? Is this, is this really the right way? Is this the really right direction for me in life? And other times you need to be reminded of the mercy and all of that side of things, you know, so with the hope and the love and all of these things. So it's really important to have that bank, and sometimes these short and sharp videos, it's very important to keep them, share them with your friends as well, and make sure that you guys can all collaborate to have like a good bank of material.
Yeah, some people may argue and say that you guys are healthcare professionals. You see death on a daily basis, maybe not daily but weekly. Like certainly you go into work a week and you might encounter someone who's near death, or for example palliative, or you might encounter someone who's actually passed away. So, or you might hear of obviously a patient who's passed away who it might have been on your ward, for example. So some might argue and say that you guys don't you get that regular reminder in hospital when you go there on a day-to-day basis? Like, what would you say to that? How would you respond to that? Is that a true statement?
I think it definitely does. And I think the key is to make sure you're actually using those experiences. This is exactly what I was going to say. It's something that helped me so much just being in this profession. And it really reminds you, let's say you go to somewhere like Oxford Street in the nighttime or something, you see people laughing, having fun, and all of these, whatever,
Yeah.
it's a different type of environment, right?
Mm.
But then in the hospitals, you're reminded of the reality of life. And the reality of life is that everyone's going through their own trials, their own challenges. And if you actually use this in the right way, it's all about you making sure you use those and you see those signs which are there all around you. There's some people who look at the stars, the sun, the moon, even that, it doesn't touch them, it doesn't move them, right?
Mm.
So it's not necessarily based on, it's also very user dependent. Like you need to see this,
Yeah.
and you have a big dose of reminders right in front of you.
Yeah.
The fact that this could be you as well, and
Yeah,
so.
bro, I agree with you, but also at the same time, I'd argue that you become desensitized the more you see. Also, there's that side to it. So obviously, you're saying you do see this on a regular basis, and it should affect you. Yes, it should, but also there's the other side to it where the more you see, I feel like you become more and more desensitized. Wouldn't you say that's
No, it definitely can happen. I think the main thing which differentiates whether you become desensitized or you take the reminder
Yeah.
is the aspect of tafakkur, right?
Yeah.
If you're constantly busy and you don't have, tafakkur is mainly that giving that time for that reflection, pondering process, right?
Yeah.
If you're busy all the time, let's say you're doing on calls every single day of the week, then you won't have time to process it. You won't have time to reach the wider conclusions, the deeper conclusions that you have from what you're seeing in front of you, right?
Mm.
The realities of death and seeing all of these things and what that means for the trajectory of your life, etc., right?
Yeah.
So if you're always so busy, that's an obstacle, yeah?
Yeah.
In the workplace, that's a sad reality sometimes. Often doctors are very, very busy, so they won't have that time. But it just goes to show that it's important to allocate that time to actually, think through these things later. Maybe you discuss with your family and, they'll be thinking, oh, wow, you saw this, that's crazy, all of these things. So you really need to give it time. And, just when you're reading your Quran and things like that, you can always, link it back, things like that. So yeah, you have to give it time. That's my opinion. So I think that wraps things up on this video. That was actually a phenomenal reminder, and I need to make sure that I watch that some more. I need to, make sure that I myself don't get desensitized.
Yeah,
it's
Ross,
very true, man. It can happen.
Yeah, bro, subhanAllah, I forgot about that video until you brought
Yeah.
it up on the podcast right now. Wallah, I genuinely forgot about it. So, and it's been a long time since I actually lost it, and because obviously I switched phones. So it's actually something, inshallah, that, I'll have in the bank now from now on. And, I'll try and review it as well. Do the practice that we used to do before, because it was very beneficial, man. It helped a lot.
Bro, I can tell you, like, obviously in preparation for this session, and for our recording today, I've actually been watching it the last few days.
Yeah.
And I noticed, like, my drive, my direction was just
Everything's changed.
insane,
Shifted.
man. Next level. Allah Mubarak. But
Tabarakallah.
like, you can see, even my family can see everything. Like, it really makes a difference. Just try it, guys. I know it might be hard. It might be difficult to watch, especially regularly. It might be difficult on the soul. Might be, so just really try and stick with it and, reap the benefits, inshallah. Barakallahu feekum. Take care, everyone. Yeah. Well, until next time.